And it's very interesting to hear what audiences also. I mean, I'm not a huge internet chat person, but John Cassar, who directs the show, is. And we'll have amazing discussions. He'll pull off, he'll print up a couple things that were written. And the amazing discussions, I mean, this is why theater mattered in the first place, was to spawn these great discussions. And people are having clever chats on the internet about what they think not only the show means, but they always correlate it back to something that's happening in the present day. And I think that dynamic is really is quite extraordinary.
What's the physical toll on you for this show? I mean, you must work extraordinarily long hours.
I've gotten better at it.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you learned to pace yourself?
First couple of years we got hurt a lot, just doing things in a hurry and not thinking, stupid stuff. Breaking bones. I broke a couple bones in my foot. I fractured a kneecap. There was a nervousness in the first couple of years because we didn't wholly know what we were doing. This was the first time I'd done a television show. It just seemed like the longest movie of all time.
Right.
And I think there's a calmness now that we're into a kind of a rhythm. It's not all going to fall apart at the seams immediately, and so that we've just gotten better at it. The one difficult thing is just trying to find time to kind of work out. Your diet kind of goes to pot, and it's a long schedule. It's not like we're digging up roads in the North Country for 12 hours a day. So it's not taxing in that sense. But we have a schedule and we have to fit it. When we finally shoot episodes 23 and 24, we finish shooting those. A week later, we loop them, and they're on this week. And so there is no room for error at that stage, and there's no excuse for it either. And so, but certainly on my level, which I can speak for, the responsibilities that are inherent in doing a show like this, I've gotten better at handling over the last 5 years.
It was even interesting to hear that you'd signed for 3 more years, because my immediate reaction was, oh, Jack's going to live for 3 more years.
Well, and I heard you say that at the top of the show. Fox has the option to use me for 3 more years.
I see.
Whether they exercise that option is solely up to them. What it was more than anything was just a really wonderful kind of act of faith on their part, that they were behind the show, that they were supporting it. And, because every other season from that, before that, we got picked up year by year.
Yeah.
That's a hard way to live after a while.
Right.
It's hard to make plans for what you're going to do with your family or where you're going to live and all of those kinds of things. And so it was a really, really wonderful gesture on their part. But whether or not they exercise that right is really solely up to them, and so I'm hoping.
So does that mean, in theory, you could be the executive producer on a show
that I'm no longer acting in?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And would that interest you? Maybe you might want to direct. Maybe you might want to stay involved in
I don't think I would like to direct. I think we have 2 phenomenal directors. John Cassar, who's been our lead director since season 2, and Brad Turner, who has come in and really picked up the rest of the balance of that. And we've had other people come in to fill in some gaps that have been fantastic as well. But we've got 2 real core guys that are fantastic. I would love to just oversee it from a story point, and I have my opinions on that. Support the writers and support the other actors coming in, if that were the case. But make no mistake about it, my focus is on doing the show, and but eventually, obviously, an audience will be the one to let you know when it's time to move on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you thought about how you'd like Jack to go out? Do you want him to go out guns blazing? Do you want him to have a secret identity?
You know what, and I can talk to you about this, because how I want him to go out will never matter to Joel or Bob or any of them. There was something I always found kind of attractive. If he was going to go out and he had to go out, that you thought it was done, and he's just walking away, and you actually see him take a long, deep breath, maybe light up a cigarette, and boom, he's gone. and just that it just came out of nowhere and absolutely shocked you, and that it doesn't get explained.
Yeah.
You know, you're just looking everywhere, you can't see who did it, and that would be something that would carry on for a season or two. But that if he were to go out, that it would be a shock. But I'm open for the guns blazing, too.
Yeah. Is there still talk about doing a feature film?
Absolutely, yeah. I just got back from England, and one of the coolest things that I saw was just the incredible excitement of a film there. Huge support system for us, audience-wise, through all of Europe. And one of the ideas that the writers have for the film, and this is why I believe actually the film can coexist with the series while it's running. Normally, like the X-Files, David Duchovny was no longer going to do the X-Files. They made the movie, and then the series changed. I think they can coexist. I think we have an opportunity to actually completely change the relationship between films and television. The film would be a 24-hour day told over a 2-hour span. Mm-hmm. So it would be the first thing we would do that would not be in real time. The television show obviously would be in real time. So right there, they're very, very different.
Where is that in development?
Well, that's all being talked about right now. I know the writers have got a very strong idea of what they want to do with the film, and that's they're dealing with Fox right now on that. Our goal would be to shoot that in between season 6 and season 7, which would be a year to the day.
Right.
And we would, you know, and why they would be working on that now is so that it would not interrupt the production of the show, and then once we finished the show, we would hit that running, right? Because we have such a small, finite time with which to accomplish that.
Right. So I imagine you'd probably stay with the same group of writers and
maybe
directors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's not as if you'd suddenly say, "Hey, you know, let's get Wolfgang Peterson in here."
No. I think on two. It wouldn't make sense. I think on a creative level,
right?
These are the people that have made the show work, and on a loyalty level, these guys have worked their butts off.
Yeah.
And there is no way that anybody's going to get left behind out of that on a creative level that's worked as hard as our crew and our people have on this show.
Well, listen, thank you so much. This is, I'm really looking forward to this finale. The 2-hour season finale of 24 will air on Fox on Monday, May 22nd, starting at 8 p.m. I really appreciate it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. And it was a real pleasure to have a chance to chat.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks.